interacting with the diaspora and holding meetings. Their approach totally different. If Congress leader Rahul Gandhi is using much of his time to target Prime Minister Narendra Modi, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar is refusing to dwell on Indian domestic politics.
I try when I go abroad not to do politics abroad. You know, even a democratic culture has a certain collective responsibility. There is a national interest, there is a collective image. There are sometimes things bigger than politics. And when you step outside the country, I think that's important to remember. So I may differ strongly with someone. I could say to you I differ with them, but how I counter it, I would like to go back at home and do it, and watch me when I get back.
While responding to a question at a diaspora meet in Cape Town, South Africa after the BRICS meet, Jaishankar did not name any leader, but his reference to Rahul Gandhi was obvious. In contrast, Rahul Gandhi has been attacking Prime Minister Narendra Modi in his speeches in the United States.
All of you came here by car, using your cars. Imagine if the only thing you did was look in the rearview mirror. And it's the same idea with the BJP, with the RSS, all of them. You listen to them. You listen to their ministers. You listen to the Prime Minister. You will never find them talking about the future. They will only talk about the past.
Rahul had earlier accused Prime Minister Narendra Modi of playing God.
We have a group of people in India who are absolutely convinced that they know everything. In fact, I think they think maybe they know even more than God. They could sit down with God and have a conversation and explain to him, about what is going on. And of course, our Prime Minister is one such specimen. I think if you sat Modi ji down next to God, Modi ji would start explaining to God how the universe works.
While Rahul Gandhi is often criticized for attacking the Modi government on foreign soil, the Congress points to the Prime Minister's speeches abroad that have targeted earlier governments. But should Indian leaders be taking domestic political feuds abroad at all? It's a debate that is raging but not settled yet. Bureau Report, India Today.
From Rahul Gandhi's comments while on foreign visits to the biggest tragedy this year in Balasore, all of these, viewer, are going to be issues in Mission 2024. Remember, less than a year to go for that big election in 2024, and all of these are hot talking points. Well, moments after Rail Minister Ashwini Vaishnav sought a CBI probe today into the biggest train tragedy in years, the opposition has trained its guns once again at the government, calling it nothing but eyewash. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge has written a letter to Modi questioning the serious lapses. But can any amount of politics bring back the 275 lives lost in the crash? Take a look at the politics that has become very much part of what happened in Balasore.
A horrific tragedy and massive politics around it. The Narendra Modi government under fire over the Odisha train tragedy that claimed over 270 lives is getting the CBI to investigate the accident.
जिस सिचुएशन में ये दुर्घटना हुई है और जो परिस्थितियां हैं उन सबको ध्यान में रखते हुए जो कुछ अब तक का एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव इंफॉर्मेशन मिली है उस सबको ध्यान में रखते हुए आगे की इंक्वायरी के लिए आगे के इन्वेस्टिगेशन के लिए इस केस को, इस पूरे मामले को सीबीआई के पास देने का रेलवे बोर्ड की तरफ से रिकमेंडेशन किया जा रहा है.
The CBI probe indicates criminality or, in simple terms, the possibility of sabotage. The opposition is not convinced. They are calling it a political gimmick.
प्रधानमंत्री गए, वहाँ मोदी के नारे लगे हमने देखा है। रेलवे मंत्री वहाँ उड़ीसा के हैं। 3 ट्रेनों का टकराना, सुरक्षा कवच की बात की थी, सुरक्षा कवच नहीं, छोटे मोटे आश्वासन देते हैं, बड़ी बड़ी बातें करते हैं। बुलेट ट्रेन, ये ट्रेन, वो ट्रेन, हाई स्पीड ट्रेन।
Congress chief Mallikarjun Kharge has shot off a letter to Prime Minister Modi questioning the lack of focus on strengthening the railways at the basic level. He also pointed to the NIA investigation into a train derailment in Kanpur that killed 150 people in 2016. The investigation had not proved any conspiracy. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi has hit out at the centre and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, citing how ministers quit after tragic mishaps during Congress rule.
I remember a train accident when the Congress party was in power. The Congress party did not get up and say, now it is the fault of the British that the train has crashed. No, the Congress minister, I remember, said, it is my responsibility the train has crashed, I'm resigning.
The BJP was quick to strike back at the Congress.
We don't need certificate of Rahul Gandhi. This Rahul Gandhi has the phobia of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And while he wants to hate Modi, I don't mind because his nature is like that. But वो मोदी को द्वेष करते करते वो इतना भ्रमित हो गया है, वो देश को ही द्वेष कर रहा है. He is hating the India itself.
The BJP has rallied behind Vaishnav, referring to his 50-hour marathon monitoring of rescue, relief and restoration work. Bureau Report, India Today.
Ritik Mondal joins me live from Balasore in Odisha. He continues to track the investigation 3 days after the tragedy. Ritik, the politics is raging. The blame game is on. But on the ground, people have a job to do. They've restored the tracks. Train traffic has continued along those lines. But where is the investigation currently, Ritik? Are we anywhere closer to assigning blame or accountability for those 275 lives?
Shiv, when accident in such amount happened in Indian Railway, you would have opposition parties engaging themselves in a war of words with Rail Ministry. This time also happened the same thing. You would have the leaders like Mamata Banerjee or the other opposition party engaging themselves in a war of words with Rail Ministry. Remember, tomorrow is the day when Mamata Banerjee, the West Bengal Chief Minister, will be landing here, will be reaching Odisha for the second time after this accident happened. And it seems like this slugfest is not going to die down soon. But at this point in time, what I can, that amid a situation, the probing agency, the central probing agency, CBI, is going to take over the investigation charges. But there are many questions are yet to answer. As we know and we have learned from the various sources of railway authorities, there are many things needs to be investigated. One, the role of the station master,
yes,
role of the control room, and of course the advanced interlocking system which is being installed in that particular station, and of course the signaling system. And what we know that the Railway Ministry has already suggested for the CBI probe, and likely by this evening they will be reaching here. At the same point of time, what we can see that the restoration works is also underway, as I am continuously bringing this broadcast from the ground zero, showing to our viewers that the life is coming back to normalcy slightly, and most of the trains and the passenger trains particularly are running through those track, the down and up lines. But the rest of the lines, I mean the loop lines, where the restoration works are underway at this point in time. Back to you.
Okay, Ritik, thanks very much for that. India Today has also, remember, accessed the pink books That is the account books of the Southeast Railway Zone, which shows zero expenditure was done on train anti-collision systems in the last 3 years. That's incredible. Data access shows how budget was allocated, tens of crores, hundreds of crores in some instances, but was never really spent. For instance, for 2020-21, 780 crore rupees was sanctioned, no money was spent. Between 2021 and 22, 162 crore rupees was sanctioned, no money was spent. This is all, data that's available publicly till March 2022, and we've put in the numbers through our reporters accessing those pink books, and it suggests that over 940 crore rupees in 3 years sanctioned, and none of it spent on anti-collision devices. Now, what happened in Odisha has become a huge source of politics, and that is completely understandable because the tragedy means pain and accountability and blame needs to be assigned. But just a day after what happened in Odisha, there was another big disaster. Thankfully, in this particular case, the loss of life was absolutely minimal. The forever under construction bridge in Bihar's Khagaria dramatically collapsed on camera for the second time in just 1 year. It's a 1,700 crore rupee bridge over the river Ganga in the Bhagalpur, Khagaria districts of Bihar, and it has collapsed for the second time. So we're asking, is this a coincidence, or is this because of the rampant corruption that has become part and parcel of the administration in Bihar? In the past 9 years since its foundation stone was laid, this bridge has had 8 deadline extensions so far, and not once has the builder been penalized for the delay, not even by a rupee. Not even when it collapsed last year in the rain in April, and not even this time perhaps that it has collapsed for the second time. Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar this time has promised strict action like he did last year, a promise that the opposition finds hard to believe. Here's why.
This is what Bhagalpur district was promised in 2014. A swanky 4-lane hanging bridge across the Ganga connecting Aguwani Ghat to Sultanganj. But the reality is this. And not once, but twice in a span of 1 year, the bridge collapsed in a gust of wind. What happened on 4th June was quite similar to what happened last year on 30th April. And this bridge, nearly a decade after Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar laid its foundation stone, is under construction because its deadlines have been extended 8 times in last 9 years. When the construction work started in 2016, the deadline was November 2019. Not even 25% work was completed. So the deadline was extended by a month first and then by a year. 2020 came and the deadline now became 2021. The construction company SP Singla was not penalized for the delay but given more and more time as the deadline got pushed to 1st March 2022 and then to December. But then on 30th April, the superstructure between pillar number 4 and 6 of the bridge fell due to strong wind and rain. Serious questions were raised about the construction work, but no action was taken against the company. Instead, the deadline was revised to 1st March 2023, then June 2023, and then to December 2023.
We are at Sector 12 in Panchkula, and this happens to be the headquarters of SP Singla Constructions Private Limited, which was constructing the bridge. This is a well-established brand of a construction company which is operating in many states. We spoke to the officers of this company who refused to come on camera, saying that a technical team of this company is currently on a Bihar visit. They will be assessing the situation and we'll find out how the bridge collapsed.
This bridge is important for Bihar as it connects north to south, and SP Singla is a trusted construction company with multiple ongoing bridges across Bihar.
That is the SP Singla Construction Company, which is right now in Bihar carrying out several projects. And apart from that Bhagalpur project, which has now collapsed in the river Ganga, there are about half a dozen more projects that this company has in hand right now. A new Gandhi Setu is being constructed. The tender of this entire project has been given to SP Singla Construction Company Limited. Another bridge also in Patna over Ganga is being built by the same company just parallel to the JP Setu. And a third bridge on Ganga is being constructed by the same company in Mokama also.
Bihar's deputy CM has clarified that after the bridge collapsed for the first time, IIT Roorkee investigated and the bridge was broken because there were doubts about the design. And the Chief Minister has promised strict action.
हाँ तो ठीक नहीं, हम तो पूरा कह दिया जांच करके, और जांच करके एक्शन होगा, और जो अगर ठीक से नहीं कर रहा तो उसकी जगह पर कोई दूसरे तरफ से करवाया जाएगा। पहली बार गिरा था तब क्या एक्शन हुआ? हमको बहुत तकलीफ है, आप जान लीजिए, हम तो चाह रहे थे बहुत जल्दी हो जाए, आखिर मेरी इच्छा थी ना जी।
Opposition has slammed the Nitish-led government for corruption in construction projects.
Today, the entire country, and particularly the people of Bihar, have seen the visuals of the bridge of corruption that has collapsed under the weight of the corrupt JDU-RJD government. This bridge of corruption is the proof and testimony of how Mr. Nitish Kumarji has transmutated from Sushasan Babu to Bhrashtachari Babu.
While the experts debate over the accountability and reason for the collapse of the bridge, the reality is Bhagalpur Dream Bridge remains a distant dream. With Manjeet Sehgal and Rohit Singh, Bureau Report, India Today.
Keep watching India Today. Up next is our fact check segment. Come right back for that.
Currently, ma'am, investigations are going on. But for a layman to understand what actually has occurred, where would you begin from?
I would like to share the map to show you where exactly this happened. This is a railway map which shows the track coming from south going to Kolkata. This is the direction from Chennai and Bangalore and Bhubaneswar, and the train goes like this via Kharagpur to Calcutta. This is the place where the accident took place, which is Bahanaga Bazaar. And if you see this, this is the station layout in a simple line diagram. And on that day, it is a 4-line station. It has 2 main lines and one up loop here and a down loop here.
Ma'am, what is known as a main line?
Main line is a train on which the train can go straight. It doesn't have any turns and bends, and since it is a straight track, the train can go at its maximum permitted speed.
And that day, this Coromandel Express was at what speed exactly?
It was at 128 kmph, which is its permitted within the permitted maximum permissible speed, which is 130 on this section. And the same thing for Yashwantpur. This was also traveling at 126. Its maximum is again 130.
So you're saying, ma'am, the 2 main lines are to let the trains pass without any obstruction, straightforward?
Yes, it's something like your highway, where the directions are separated. So this is your direction towards Chennai, and this is the direction towards Kolkata, and this we call upline and this we call downline at this particular station.
And there were these 2 loop lines. Now, what is the function of a loop line?
Loop line is an additional line which allows you to keep an extra train here and allow some other train to pass through the main line. Or it can also be that you keep a train here and pass another train like this.
Why does this happen? Let me tell you the science behind it.
For more informative videos like this, keep watching India Today News Mo. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
So here's our latest fact check segment. The claim that the station master, whose name is Mohammad Sharif, is missing after the Odisha tragedy. The fact, SB Mohanty is the current station master at that railway station and he is not absconding. That was our fact check. Many more of these every single day at 7 p.m. right here on India Today. Coming up next, it's To The Point. गेल जी, आपसे बात करते हुए हम बहुत प्राउड हैं, बहुत गर्व आता है। पहले तो हमारा कंग्रेचुलेशंस कि आपने जो रेस्क्यू किया एवरेस्ट के पीक के सामने, ये बहुत ही बेहतरीन रेस्क्यू था। गेल जी, ये डिटेल में बताइए कि जब आप क्लाइंब कर रहे थे तो आपने क्या देखा और आपने कैसे डिसीजन लिया कि आप ये रेस्क्यू करेंगे?
हिंदी में,
हिंदी या इंग्लिश में बोलिए। जी जी जी
ठीक है। Just when I was like doing the summit with my clients, and I was like on the way to balcony. Just I met him, like he's unconscious because he was like about to die, and so that's why I need to save his life, and that's why just my summit fund just I quit and I set it down, my client down to C4. And just I decided to save his life because save the life is like bigger than the summit. So that's why I decided to save his life.
Gelji, it took you 6 hours, you know, from the time you got that Malaysian climber till you came down about 600 meters. It took you 6 hours. You wrapped him up in a heat blanket. How difficult was it to carry him on your back and climb down for 600 meters?
No, it's like from balcony. I did not wrap there because when I wrap him, he's from after the camp 4, after South Pole. Before when I met him, I did not wrap him because I don't have nothing to like for wrap. Balcony is above the 8,000 meter, like 8,400 meters. So that's why we can't find that kind of gear. Just when I met him, I bring down like how's his condition. I bring just like that. He was like about to die, but he was like too damaged also support. He oxygen experience, like he was shaking. So that's why I carry down to him like with the rocky part and no possible to drag him down. So that's where I carry down to him like 3-4 hours, and 3-4 hours, like 3 hours something. I drag him to down on the snow on the rods we carry back.
class pure air 6-stage adjustable AC.
Co-powered by American Tourister, born to cross boundaries.
Co-powered by The world comes together at Sharda University. Blue Star fast cooling AC.
The faces of protest. Get back to work. Days after meet with Home Minister. Vinesh, Sakshi, Bajrang join government duties. Dharna ends, but dangal continues. One demand, arrest Brij Bhushan. What next in dangal for justice?
It has been an incredibly dramatic day. It's the 42nd day of the wrestlers' protest, and today suggested, or it at least began with the possibility that a compromise had been arrived at, the stalemate had been broken, and the wrestlers would be winding up their protest. But that was not correct, because starting with Sakshi Malik, and then Vinesh Fogart, and then Bajrang Punia, who decided to rejoin their government work with the Northern Railways, clarified that their protest is not over. They will continue to protest. And remember, this is a protest that has included tears, emotional scenes, violent scenes, all of them being dragged, some of them being pushed to the ground. But suddenly, it looks like things may have come to a head, and they have been read the Riot Act by the government and told to rejoin their government duties. Remember, all three of these heroes, and they are India's sporting heroes, let there be absolutely no two thoughts about that. All of them have government jobs, and they were asked to rejoin those jobs because they have professional commitments as well. All three of them are officers on special duty, sports with the Northern Railways, in addition to being wrestling champions. But today, Sakshi Malik and then Bajrang Punia and then Vinesh Fogart, after news that they had rejoined work, came out to vociferously clarify that the protest for justice against Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, the WFI president, does not end. They decried that people were reporting that the wrestling protest had been called off and insisted